We're presenting the results tonight for the ITWeb Security Summit CISO survey. We compiled the research and it backs up a lot of what we already knew, which was that the threat landscape is evolving very rapidly. The CISOs face a huge shift in kind of complexity in the technology environment. There are all sorts of threats that they're kind of facing external. We're looking at kind of ransomware and phishing as the big ones. But then internally, there seems to be quite a big shift this year on focusing on internal threats. We're also facing issues around funding, around buy-in from management and users as well. The one positive that I think we're seeing is that there is an increased response in board level approval. The CISO's job is significant, it's growing in importance, and it's growing in scope.
I guess the role is more enhanced. It now has a seat in the table. You know, a lot of CISOs are now brought in, they report to the board, they report to the CEO. So it has elevated the role, unlike traditionally or 5 years ago. Especially now that we're hearing so many organizations going through data bridges, it literally has assisted in elevating the conversation of security within the organizations.
The threat actors are pretty much understanding globally that they can attack anywhere these days, and geography is no longer a limit. But I think in South Africa specifically, we've got talent that we want to hold on to, create, and that I think is probably one of our biggest challenges, to have the right cybersecurity skill in the country that stays in the country and is not headhunted.
We really need to stay ahead of the curve in understanding the environment and the threat landscape that we need to work through. It is no longer about reviewing your strategy once a year. It's not something you can manage in isolation. It's very important that we collaborate and have partnerships around how we are approaching it. And seeing some of the results that are coming out of the survey, it really confirms my understanding and expectation around the risks that we need to manage in a South African context.
Within the South African context, it's often difficult to get useful information relative to our market. So by having a survey such as this, where we're including all of the large organizations within South Africa, we get to have relevant data that we can use. So as MTN Business, trying to enhance security within the country, we're very proud to work with ITWeb in terms of sponsoring the survey and the event.
Getting to meet with them in their environments, in their offices, is a lot harder. When you have an event like this where you network, you don't just see one or two, you actually get the benefit of seeing everybody. And when you speak to each and every CISO about their challenges, the greatest thing that I find is not one of them will have the same challenge. No challenge is unique to a specific CISO.
Everyone would like the environment to be secured, but when it comes to the nitty-gritty of what is required to actually get it secured, it might mean taking away certain conveniences from people. For you to be secure, it means you need to get out of your comfort zone.
We should continue with such collaboration because we can't win this battle in silos. I mean, cyber criminals are working together. We heard about ransomware as a service. They work together. So why don't we work together as professionals and help one another? I mean, sharing is caring at the end of the day.
This is quite an important event showcasing cybersecurity survey data. The latest, that is, business landscapes have changed, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic. So are we safe? Is our information safe? That's particularly the reason why we're here tonight. And I'm excited for all our speakers, experts in their field, in, of course, cybersecurity and information security, to share what they have found and what we can do to protect our information.